Okay, so I don't feel that I did a brilliant job explaining the skill system, so which is quite an important aspect of the game. So what I've done is I've made a example, what we call a build, which is basically a set bar with a selection of skills on it. So this build is Assassin primary, Monk secondary, and it's gonna be a healing build, which should keep me. So it'll focus on self-sustained healing rather than doing a lot of damage. So the way it works is every time I hit, I'll gain health because of these monk enchantments. So this one I have to cast every 30 seconds, and it heals me 16 health every time I cast a spell or use an attack. So it's quite a small amount out of my maximum, but it all adds up over time. This one basically does the same thing, but it only works for when I actually hit somebody. It doesn't work for spells, and it doesn't count when I just attack. I actually have to hit them. So yeah, but this one here, I don't cast it every 30 seconds. I cast it once, and it drains my energy regeneration. So you get four bars of what we call pips of energy regeneration, and that varies per class. So that will take 1 pip of your energy regeneration, but it'll give you quite a powerful effect in exchange. So my other skills, what they do is they increase my attack speed and damage. So this one increases my attack speed and also gives me more armor, but I basically need to get critical hits for it to stay active, otherwise it'll expire. This one basically increases my chance to hit twice. So assassins, while using daggers, have a chance to hit twice with their auto attacks. So this one is an enchantment which I cast every 28 seconds, which allows me to double hit more. So that's very, very powerful when combined with these. This one, it allows me to block 50% of the time. So it allows me to block attacks which are blockable. So it'll mostly be like auto attacks. That should take a lot of the damage off when there's like a large group of enemies attacking me. This one increases my critical chance and gives me more energy per crit. So the way the assassin class works is they gain energy back every time they critical hit, and that scales the more critical strikes rank you have. So tells you here, so above at rank 8 I get 2 energy per critical hit, so this will increase it by 1, so we'll get 3 per crit, and increases the chance of getting a critical hit as well. So that's quite useful. This one here, it's kind of like an area of effect buff skill, and it means that whenever I hit, my auto attack will do plus 15 pure damage, which is like true damage. It's armor ignoring, so it's very useful considering I'm only going to be hitting them, basically only going to be hitting them with auto attacks, which don't do true damage. They do armor dependent damage. The only attack skill I have is this one, which will hopefully give me a bit more energy. And this one does plus 16, which is like armor ignoring. So attack skills generally do armor ignoring damage. I'm going to go into this place here. So what this place is, it's like a PvP island, and it also has like a training area. So that's where I'm going to go to try this stuff out. And this is actually like a fairly significant aspect of the game. So when I've made a build like this, what you need to do is actually test that it works properly. So what might actually happen is I might not have enough energy to activate all of these abilities. Because I'm only an assassin, I have quite a small energy pool, so there's a limit to how many enchantments I can actually use at once. So you probably see I didn't manage to get this one up, and I couldn't use this either. So what I'd have to do, assuming this was in combat, is I'd have to activate this one after I got a few hits, because when I hit I get critical strikes and I get energy. So that's how that will work. But I'd also have to remember to keep reapplying these enchantments. So you can see the timers on the top here. But what you can also do is you get inscriptions that you put on your weapons, which are like modifications for your weapons, and they'll increase your enchantment durations by 20% is the maximum. So that's one way you can kind of reduce the energy expenditure, because every time you're recasting these enchantments, you're expending more energy. And in a build like this, you need to be really careful to kind of conserve your energy. Otherwise, you're not going to be operating at full efficiency. The other thing I'd have to be careful of is staying within this circle that I've laid down. Because if I move outside the circle, I'm not getting full damage anymore. Okay, so my Olympus Fury has gone down, that's still up, Triple Eye's still up, Vig's Spirit. I mean, this seems fairly complicated, but it's really, this is actually like just a part of the like normal game. Like, you'd be doing this stuff at like low level as well, to an extent. You wouldn't have so many access to so many skills like this one and this one and this one, but you'd certainly be doing this to an extent. What I'm doing now is I'm using this build in a combat situation to kind of show you that hopefully does actually work. Okay, so we did die, but it kind of did what it was meant to an extent, right? You would have died a lot sooner had you not had that build on. So it's possible that you could have dealt with that situation, providing you pulled like a certain amount of monsters. You wouldn't want to have like so many monsters at a time. So what you could do is you could try and control your aggro. The monsters have certain like zones in which they will attack you, like trigger points, like you cross a certain line or you get too close to them. They also kind of patrol around the place, and you learn to watch the patterns of where they move, and that's a fairly big like part of the game, is like learning how to avoid getting into fights with certain monsters. Like that's a fairly important part of the strategy.